A task force that includes Rochester Police and several federal partners is making a big addition that they hope will combat crime.
The group tackling these types of cases has been around for about 20 years, but is evolving to keep up. Isabel Garcia joins us live from the Public Safety Building to explain how this team is among agencies in greater detail. Isabel, how does it work?
Yes, good evening to both of you. The Rochester Police Department has partnered with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, better known as the ATF, for the past 20 years. They've had a field office here since 2003, and the Violent Crime Task Force, as they're called, targets the most dangerous offenders. And now there's a shift in how they're tackling these cases. The Violent Crime Task Force in Rochester is made up of RPD officers, Monroe County Sheriff's deputies, and federal agents from the ATF, FBI, and ICE. Last July, that program evolved, bringing on an ATF agent to be on call 24/7 right in Rochester. This, police tell me, has been helping authorities on a local level evaluate the most appropriate route in real time for charges when a firearm arrest is made.
We can get a phone call, let's say 2 o'clock in the morning. We can talk with the RPD officer, get the facts from the arrest, contact the U.S. Attorney's Office, and make very quick decisions to make a federal arrest on somebody. An
example of a case RPD is highlighting: the August 8th arrest of 28-year-old Tyshawn Babers. His parole had ended in January last year after serving a 5-year sentence for an armed robbery with a handgun, but by August he had obtained an illegal .45 caliber handgun with an extended magazine.
At that point he had menaced somebody, had pointed that handgun while striking that person in a domestic relationship. We were able to get Mr. Babers into custody and to get that handgun into possession. Now, clearly he's a violent individual. Clearly he is, somebody that has the potential to be taking significant harm, bringing significant harm to our community. And the evaluation was made that night to where federal charges were filed on him that day.
And the partnership is continuing to expand. Earlier this year, ATF provided RPD with a full-time expert from the National Integrated Ballistics Information Network.
All of that ballistic evidence is run through the crime lab, and it's compared to other pieces of ballistic evidence. So you can start linking guns to the same shooting. This gun, casings we picked up over on Clinton Avenue come from the same gun that was used over on Jefferson Avenue.
This really explains the way that all these agencies are working in tandem with each other. And Tyshawn Babers, by the way, that example that RPD gave, was recently sentenced to 4 years in federal prison and 3 years post-release supervision. And just a note of clarification, too, a project previously involving federal partners called Viper, we're told, has since ended. And another note we're learning, too, the Chief Smith of RPD, as well as Mayor Malik Evans, will be holding a press conference tomorrow morning discussing the results of 2022 and plans for RPD moving forward for this year. We'll, of course, continue to follow this development. For now, though, we'll send it back to you in the studio. Reporting live in Rochester, Isabel Garcia, News 8.
Isabel, thanks for that explanation and the update. Lieutenant Bello explains not every firearm arrest in the city is prosecuted federally. There are about 400 to 500 cases a year that are prosecuted locally.